Welcome to another episode of the Freshman Podcast. It's your boy Josh, also known as Jay Fresh. To my right, we have Ye, also known as Yeski. We're going to get right to it today. We're talking about the NBA Finals. Yes, we are finally here. Final two teams. We got the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns. But we're going to give you guys a Game 1 recap and our predictions for the rest of the series. So, Game 1, we're in Phoenix. The Suns had the better record out of the two teams. This game, the Suns, I'm not going to say we're a heavy favorite, but I think they were a 6-point favorite according to Vegas, odds makers. But I think everyone was thrown. All throughout the day, we were hearing questionable, doubtful, and next thing you know, at tip-off, he was there. So I think that was probably a nice motivational, boost for the Milwaukee Bucks. But it turned still came out victorious. It wound up being close wire to wire in a sense, but then I think the second half the Suns really kind of took off. But how do you feel about Giannis, kind of sucking it up and, going out there to try to give his team a boost?
It's the final. I mean, this is first final. Just showing some type of strength. I mean, I'm not for sure. At the end of the day, you only get one chance to be in the finals. So they basketball players always tell you, it's the difference between injured and hurt. You can play through the injury, but if you actually hurt, it's like, all right, nah, it's time to sit down. So respect at the fact that he did that. You know what I'm saying? They still just didn't. The team they won 2 games without him. Him all over again, and then he could have probably been thinking about his knee as well.
So do you think it would have been better if he had just sat out game one and tried to get a little bit more, I guess, healing and
even if because everybody was saying game 3, and it's like, okay, let's say they go down to so let's say they lose game 3. Now it's 3-0, and it's a must win.
no. You try to bring him back, and then
and he hurt himself even more.
Exactly. So
yeah, that's true.
I'm
but
just saying.
I mean, would you rather him hurt himself in the finals or hurt himself in the first round, second round? Well, technically that was the third round. So if he would have,
I'm gonna lose in the first round because you make it to the finals and lose. I think you're gonna be really heartbroken.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. But he has a chance to recover. Hopefully, it doesn't.
I feel like the first round, if you on a decent team, now some players in the NBA never make it to the playoffs, but I feel like guys on that level, you can kind of redeem yourself with the first round. Like, all right, I got hurt in the first round next year, I'm gonna come back cool first round. The finals ain't guaranteed. I mean, we again not. Injuries happen, so.
And maybe they could be thinking like I just been seeing like lately all like people talking about some Lillard going here, Simmons going there,
Mm-hmm.
and Steph over here, and so it's like backing it in is like, all right, now my chances are 10 times harder than it was before. So
Yeah, those are all valid points. Um, but let's go into the box score. Chris Paul was from both teams the leading scorer, which I think was highly surprising. Uh, Prior to Giannis showing up, I kind of figured Middleton would have been the Bucks leading scorer with their lineup, and I figured Devin Booker would be the Suns leading scorer, and probably Devin Booker as the overall leading scorer of both teams. But Chris Paul had something else on his mind. 32 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. Like, he had the mid-range going. Uh, I want to say he had a four-point play against Brook Lopez, which was pretty nice. Um, yeah, he's really lately he's been on a tear as far as shooting threes, but for the most part, Chris Paul is trying to get in the lane, make for sure. So seeing him kind of just step back and shoot more and more threes is kind of refreshing to see. Um, Devin Booker, 27 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds. Um, though the stats may sound good, he actually shot the ball like really bad from 3. He was either 1 for 8 or 1 for 9 from 3. So
I seen that he was 0 for 8 going into the third.
okay,
I don't know what happened after that, but he was 0 for 8 going into the third.
yeah. So I think he was 1 for 9 then. But yeah, rough shooting night for him from the 3-point line. So got to live with him shooting the mid range to giving up those. One of the unsung of the game was probably Aiden. Um, he was a former number 1 overall pick, but I mean for the longest, I think everybody's kind of like written him off. He's soft, big, but 22 points, 19 rebounds. Chris Paul, your man's a rebound. The man was going to have a nice 2020 game, and you saw the rebound. But I think Aiden's been really surprising to me throughout these whole playoffs. What do you think?
Yes, he's been great for them. I don't know if maybe like I said, it's all because of Chris Paul. In all honesty, I mean even he said it, but season than he has this season. So now he's more of a traditional type of big.
Mm-hmm.
I think Phoenix might have been trying to turn him into like a typical big now, like a stretch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Space to full, but now he's like, I guess in his comfort zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mid range. Work out, work in the post, catch a lob or two.
Yeah.
Like a more, like a skilled DeAndre Jordan. To be honest, like the way DeAndre Jordan played with Chris Paul when they was with the Clippers. Set a screen, roll, get a lob, but
Are nicer, but I guess to be more, give him a better compliment, I would say a more athletic Paul Gasol type. If Paul Gasol catch a lot, he's gonna.
so a young Paul Gasol.
I don't really think he was catching lobs like that, but like you said, the mid range. Um, I don't think he's a great passer, but I mean he can make a pass here and there, pass off the post. But I think he's way more skilled than DeAndre Jordan.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so I just remember some of his earlier games. I don't know if it was against Giannis or it was against Embiid, but it was one of those like premier like big men. And Aiden just seemed to be like scared. Like he couldn't catch the ball. It's like they were just going right by him, dunking. It was just like, is this the number 1 pick? But he's coming to his own now.
You got CP3 earlier 24/7 all the time. I mean, it's not like he's not gonna be talking the whole time. Like, I mean, it's not like he was coming there to lose, even though he has never been, to the finals, of course. But he here 24/7, so it's like it's either you gonna toughen up, or you just gonna continue to. I'm gonna throw a shot. Gonna be a cat.
No. All right. This is sad. We won't get no love from Minnesota. Moving on, but yeah, I think throughout the playoffs he's held his own from the Lakers. Anthony Davis, he was halfway hurt. Even against the MVP, he held his own. Everybody thought he was going to be in like super foul trouble against the Nuggets, and he was able to stay on the court. And I mean, I think a lot of times Joker probably did outscore him, but at the end of the day, his team got the best of him. So salute to him. But let's head to the other side of the court. Your team. Still waiting for that jersey, but
hold on. How about this?
Oh God.
How about this? Who you got? Who you got winning?
We'll get there later. We'll get there later.
Right.
We'll get there later, man. Let me. Rebounds and 4 assists. I think he had flashes in the game where he looked like his old self, but you could still kind of tell he wasn't 100%. And I think that, I don't know if it's the right leg or the left leg, but they had all like the tape and like the sleeve over it and everything.
Left.
The left leg. Okay. Yeah. So like we started off the podcast saying. But yeah, that just looked like what we're used to seeing before he took the fall against the Hawks. And then we got to go to the All-Star. I'm sorry. The real All-Star. Not real All-Star. Chris Middleton. 29 points. 7 rebounds. 4 assists. Like I said before, Giannis was announced to play. I had my money on him being a Bucks leading scorer. When are we going to put respect on his name yet? You keep campaigning. Keep champagning and campaigning for Giannis. But Chris Middleton doesn't get any love. Can you just explain that?
He can get love when I get the consistency. I guarantee you, even if they lose or win next game, I promise you he's not going to have the same stat line.
Okay.
I'm not saying the same stat line, but I promise you, he's not going to get 25 plus.
Okay. Is that the so 25? He won't get 25 points next game.
Nope.
All right.
If he could just consistently, you feel me?
I feel like you single him out.
I don't.
Okay.
Giannis. Look. Okay. All right. Giannis is a superstar. Yes. Okay. Cool. But
superstar.
Your second star.
So let me get this right. So Chris Middleton's not a real all-star, but Giannis is a superstar. He airballs free throws.
He's a franchise player, regardless. Franchises will change their whole franchise around for him.
Jeremy Grant's a franchise player right now. I don't think that's a statement you want to make.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying.
It's the same thing with Drew.
Detroit.
Same thing with Drew.
Oh no, we're gonna get there. That's who you need to be mad with. That's who you need to be mad with. Not Chris. But let me just give you like the history of your Bucks. I think you just became a Bucks fan when he came around. But
who, Drew?
No. I'm talking about Giannis.
Oh yeah.
What you got to remember is Jabari was the man, Chris Middleton was the man, and then Giannis was the man. So this whole he's not a real all-star, like, nah, he is. He's legit.
So if he was on the Nets, and I know you've seen some of his performances across these playoffs, what would you be saying? Not talking the good ones, because he had a lot of bad ones. Is he still your all-star?
Hi, Joe Harris. You know who that is?
Yes, I know who that is.
Okay. You had to deal with it. I felt the pain. How do you go from winning 3-point contest to not being able to hit an open shot?
I say the same thing. How you end up scoring 40, 50 in a game and then come back the next game you get
But
12.
he's not like a pure. Well, he can shoot, but he's not like a pure shooter like Joe Harrison. All you gotta do is
It's a
catch and
shot
shoot.
selection though.
All you gotta do is
about.
catch and shoot. We don't ask you to do too much.
I said the same thing last year. No, was that last year? It was either that year or the year that they played Toronto, and the Bucks ran a pick and roll like 3-4 times straight, and I was like, keep doing it. And then this nigga comes down the court after successfully shooting the mid range 4 times straight. He comes down the court, waves everybody off, shoots a contested 3, and hits off the side off the rim.
No, I think you got confused.
Was that 2 years ago?
No, that was against Brooklyn.
That was against Brooklyn?
That was against
Oh,
Brooklyn.
okay, cool. See,
Yeah. He got running the pick and roll, yeah.
makes no sense. It's just a shot selection. If he just had smarter shot selection, I believe he'd be pretty consistent.
Or that coaching. I get
This
the idea of, if it's not broken, don't fix it, keep running it. But like, you gotta understand, that's the NBA. Like, these are the top of the top, elite of the elite. So many times, and I feel like if he had to run out again and miss, or he got blocked, or it was a turnover, why would y'all keep running the same play over and over? So it's like a lose-lose for him. Okay.
Out of Drew.
Okay, exactly.
He ain't.
Since
He not.
on the topic of consistency, let's talk about Jrue Holiday. 10 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. Middleton gave you 29, and you say he
Watching Shaq and Kenny and all them. I think it was game 5 versus Atlanta. He was on there, and they was asking him, why don't you be more aggressive all the time? And he was like, everybody tells me that. He was like, y'all right. And I'm like, normally you would think somebody would be like, oh, I wasn't aggressive because, I sometimes I'd be tired, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard, for NBA players to, be super aggressive every single game. It's not a lot of people who can actually do that because, like, one day you may wake up in pain. It's like, okay, I can't do what I want to do. But the next game it's like, but he's just been inconsistent these whole playoffs the whole time, and it's been a lack of, to me, it's been a lack of aggression. I mean, I seen him work out during the summer, like, so all them little step back threes he been doing, that's all he's been doing in the summer. So, but I mean, it's like your bread and brother, you 1-2, big body, lay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's your bread and butter. But I mean, I guess that goes with coaching too, because I'm definitely that they shoot way too many threes.
I put that on coaching. I put 50% on coaching and 50% on the players, because in a sense, when you get like a new player, you get into a new system, and we can use Miami Heat as kind of as an example. Like, obviously, like, those guys are okay. D-Wade and LeBron, like, this is your team or whatever, and kind of like give them the keys in a sense. Not saying that Jrue is better, but if you kind of don't have like your defined roles, so yeah, maybe he does need to be a little bit more aggressive, but as you would call him, the superstar Giannis, maybe he doesn't want to kind of overstep. You know what I mean? Maybe their kind of emphasis on offense is to feed him the ball, even though he's hurt now. But I think maybe throughout the season that was the emphasis: feed Giannis the ball, feed Giannis the ball. You know what I mean? And Jrue was kind of there to kind of get everybody else going, because he did have 9 assists. You know what I mean? That was more than Middleton.
like I said, I can still put it on coaching as well because, like I said, they shoot way too many threes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know this is a league. What threes is
Yep.
just
You live and die by the three.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they all do. But it's like Giannis is 12 feet tall. You know, he can get to the rim. Drew can get to the rim whenever he wants to. It was like the same thing in the Atlanta series. Like when they closed out the last two games, they was going to the rim. Like Drew started out going to the rim. So it's like you can get to the rim. You don't have to jack up 75 threes and like, you know, you start jacking up threes. And I mean, it look good when it go in, cool, but it's like that doesn't always happen. It don't always go in, you know. Stick to what you used to. Middleton can post up, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather you know, shoot a post shot 15, 12 feet away than you shooting a three, you know what I'm saying, contested, you know what I'm saying? I'd take the 15, 12 footer contested than the 3-point contested, you know. But
also, we gotta blame these analytic guys. I never understood why, you know, they say like the mid range is the worst shot to take. If it's open, I think you should take it, but everybody's hell been on either 3 or layup. But that's kind of that's kind of in a sense what you kind of find backwards. Guys like PJ Tucker will shoot a 3, and he's pretty big, you know, but he had a hard time on some of these offensive rebounds, and he was like point blank at the rim, he was just missing layups. It's like, so you can hit an NBA 3, but you can't hit a point blank layup, even if it is kind of contested. Still, bro, like
it's to me, it's like I said, the analytics, of course. I mean, defense is really not a thing no more. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I feel like, you know, back in the day, you know, it was defense more or less a thing. Like, you know, nowadays it's like I'm switching my bigs out to a guard because 10 times out of 10 that guard is just gonna try to ISO.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like he's gonna bring it back, dump it down to the big to kill the guard. There's not a lot of teams that do that. You normally don't see it, so it's like let him, you know, like ISO with the whole 4-point play situation. It was 3 seconds left on the shot clock. If Brook Lopez played Chris Paul up 9 times out of 10, he's not going to get all the way to the hole in that short span of time. Because as long as you are, like, you know, but I mean, the mid-range is a lost art, and like, you know, that's what I said. I said, like, the Bucks are going to get killed like that because Brook doesn't know how to play like the pick and roll defense. So it's like Chris Paul and Book is just living off that, especially Chris Paul. Once he get, you know, the guard on his hip, he's just gonna go to the other side, shoot the mid or lob it, you know. So,
but something you touched on as far as like the big killing the small or the mismatch, Milwaukee actually did use that to their advantage to close out. I wasn't the close out game. It was game 5 because they won in 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Game 5 when Giannis didn't play. The first game Giannis didn't play. Brook 8 in the paint, and I mean he wasn't just out there trying to be like a spot up stretch shooter. He was down there banging in the post, and I feel like I think Saric is like their back hurt. Outside of that, if you come down and you get a mismatch, I think they may need to try to dump it in. But it's just a weird kind of flow with him and Giannis on the court at the same time. It's like you try to have Brook Lopez become a stretch center, I guess, like a stretch forward.
Yeah, it's like a stretch forward. I mean, but if I was coaching, same thing the same thing Drew did to Atlanta, I would have him do to Phoenix for one. Mm-hmm. First of all, we're not gonna disguise. We're not gonna let Chris Paul hide around, you know, guard PJ Tucker in the corner.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him the guard. He's gonna have to guard Drew. I would tell Giannis, look, you're not gonna have the ball in your hand this game. Do the same thing Brook Lopez did.
Mm-hmm.
Drew gets by the defender. Drew gets somebody to jump.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna stop Giannis at the rim from dunking. That's an easy dump off. That's a little mid-range floater for you. I'd rather have you inside the paint. Then by the time since Brook is a pretty knockdown shooter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, cool. Now they want to stop the drive with that, with Giannis in the dump off. Okay, I can throw it out to Brook now. He can hit it. You know what I'm saying? To me, like you said, the game is technically, 50-50. It's 50% players, 50% coaching. And, sometimes as a player, you do got to tell your coach, like, well, hey, look, I see this, I see that. And then sometimes as a coach, with you sitting on the bench, you see this, you see that. But
yeah.
Like I said, if they broke, don't fix it, man. They can eat in the paint easily. They only got Aiden. Phoenix is really small besides Aiden, and if they gonna put Jay Crowder on Giannis, it's like,
yeah,
let Aiden stay out and guard Brook Lopez then, if that's the case. That's easy work. But it's all about adjustments too. They still got the second game, so we'll see.
But
Phoenix did their thing.
Your coach is the worst at that. But
that is very true.
Let's go ahead. Game 2, we back in Phoenix. Let's get our predictions in for Game 2 before we say the overall series. Game 2, what do you
Bucks by 4.
Bucks by 4. I was taking the Suns by 6. I don't think it'll be a double-digit victory for the Suns again. I think it'll be a closer.
I think this is gonna get gritty.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a closer game. I expect more from Drew Holiday. Middleton, I think he can get 25. Giannis, I don't know if you're gonna be. I don't know if you're gonna be better or worse as far as like that knee. So we'll see. But yeah, I think if you get him 20 and 17 again, and some of the other guys step up, it'll be a closer game.
It's gonna be a good game because like I said, you gotta think about it. Nobody, actually, I don't think anybody from any team, like their actual players, have ever been to the finals. From both teams.
No, Jay Crowder was in the finals last
year. Oh yeah,
year.
Jay Crowder was in the finals. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was in the finals last year.
He went 0 for 8. We ain't worried about him.
No. Okay. Well, it counts. I don't think CP3 will be a leading scorer. Devin Booker, I hope you can hit more than 1-3 next game.
I hope he.
And Aiden, yeah, man, keep doing what you're doing. Chris Paul, try to steal your last rebound. Push him out the way. Tell him that's yours. All right. So I start off with the overall series prediction. Suns in 4. No, I'm just playing. No, I got the Suns in 6.
No, I gotta go with Milwaukee, man.
Okay.
At first, I had them at 5 until you broke down the format to me because I thought it was a 2-3-2.
Okay.
And I was like, if they still won in Phoenix.
So you thought they were gonna take all 3?
Yeah, at home. But now I'm gonna just go Milwaukee at 7.
Milwaukee at 7. So you think they gonna win in Phoenix?
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna get one in Phoenix. I feel like that experience with the Brooklyn series.
No, they would have to.
No, the last one, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, okay.
I feel like with the Brooklyn series, they kind of gave them a small confidence. So here's my deal to you.
Oh, my God.
If Phoenix wins,
I know where this is going. I don't want one. I don't want None of them.
If Phoenix win, I have to purchase a KD product. I don't own any type of KD merchandise. I never owned any KD merchandise.
That's cap. That's cap.
I never did.
Okay, go ahead.
I never did.
I want to hear the rest of this. Go ahead.
If the Bucks win, you gotta get a Giannis jersey.
No, how you gonna tell me get a jersey, but you get some KD merchandise?
Okay, I'll get a KD jersey.
All right.
Or some KD shoes.
All right.
Deal?
All right, you heard it here first. Suns will win. This man will be purchasing some KD merchandise, shoes or a jersey. If the Bucks win, I have to purchase a Giannis jersey or a pair of Giannis merchandise. Probably be shoes, honestly, but we'll see.
What's your favorite KD team? KD version. OKC, Golden State, or the Nets?
I don't. What you mean, jersey?
No, just like your favorite KD of all time.
Probably OKC, I guess. I don't know.
All right, now Giannis.
I think it would really hurt you to have to wear a Golden State jersey, though. I think that'd hurt. That'd hurt the pain.
Please, I just need a little help. Drew, come through. Giannis, just get better. But just need everybody else because I don't want to purchase anything of Kevin Durant's.
You guys heard it here first on the post-finals podcast. You will be seeing Yeski wearing either Kevin Durant shoes or a Kevin Durant jersey. Because I got the Suns in 6. Oh my God. Alright. Thank you guys for tuning in to the episode of the Freshman Podcast. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you go check out some of the past uploads. Run it up, run it up, run it up. And we're out.